Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Magnum Martel, and welcome back to another beautiful episode of Magnums Rants. And today we're going to talk about something that I've been thinking about quite a lot recently, actually. And that is none other than creators being punished for what their fans do. Now, it's no secret that as a creator, if you encourage your fan base to do something that the platform you are using or another larger creator disagrees with, you can more or less be punished and canceled for it and even have your rights to a platform revoked. For example, here on YouTube, if I were a big name creator, if I had a huge multi-million following, and let's say hypothetically that I had those numbers. Let's say that I had those big numbers and I was one of the platform golden boys, one of the people that the entire internet knows their name. And I were to do a video on someone, I don't know, let's go with Alinity. And my let's say in the video, hypothetically speaking, all I did was I criticized that Alinity got away with something again. And I was like, I say, quote, I wish this girl would just be punished for what she does already. Now, let's say hypothetically that my millions of followers take that and they decide to go and attack Alinity. They go false report her content, they go harass her on Twitter and to her Twitch channel, everything else. I, as the creator, can be held responsible for what they did. Okay? And that's just how it works. And I understand that. I do. I think that if you, as a creator, send your following to attack someone, you should be held responsible. But I also don't think it's fair that as a creator, if you don't directly encourage it, that you can be held responsible. And today, that's what we're going to talk about. So let's jump right into it. So when this topic occurred to me was about a month and a half ago, when another creator that I watch who goes by the mantra of "It's a Gundam," he's a good commentator, much like myself. He does things a little differently than me, but I like his style. I like his videos. I like the way he approaches things and broaches them. I can appreciate his work. And if you haven't checked him out, I do recommend him. I do. That's the kind of guy I am. I like to recommend creators, big and small, that are similar to me or that I personally enjoy. And I think if you enjoy my content, you might enjoy theirs too. That's why I recommend them to you. That is entirely up to your discretion if you want to give them a shot or not. There will be a link down in the description because I'm going to be talking about him a little bit here in just the situation that brought this very topic to my attention. So about a month and a half ago, Pokimane, I don't know if you know who that is, but she is another Twitch streamer. She is another e-thought by definition. She is another one of those people who says that women have it so hard on a platform. Meanwhile, she is making bank. She's one of the top creators. And all she does is set a camera up to see her pretty face, her skimpy outfit sometimes, and talk to the camera. Another just chatting thought. Another one of them girls. And you know, I don't hate the just chatting section. I hate some of the people in it because it's ridiculous that they're popular when they don't really do anything. Meanwhile, there are hard-working creators who spend time there, and even who don't go there, that are busting their ass every day for nothing. It's no secret how I feel about this. But she is a creator who, what she does is she sits in front of the camera with her pretty face all done up in makeup and in a skimpy outfit, occasionally leaning so you can see down her cleavage, or occasionally bending over to pick something up. You know the kind of creator I'm talking about. Well, what she does is she watches stuff on YouTube or other platforms. There's a variety of things that she does, but she sits there, she watches it, and she talks about it. And by talks about it, I mean she barely acknowledges it, talks to chat a little bit, and mostly giggles and goes, hee hee, look at me. One of those type. Well, she watched a video by It's a Gundam not too long ago, where in the video, he criticized her. He criticized what she does, he criticized how she does it, and he criticized the fact that he busts his ass every day and gets nowhere for it, while she fucking is a big fucking huge deal. So what did she do? How did Pokey respond to this, besides clearly getting upset that he wasn't simping for her? Well, the way she responded to this was blatantly going that it's not right that he's allowed to say it. It's not fair to her that he's allowed to say those things about her, or to criticize what she does, and that someone should punish him, that he should be reported for what he did so that the platforms know what he's doing. And the way she went about it was that she looked directly into the camera and she started winking as she was saying it with that, you know, that rising tone, that, hey, you should do this for me kind of tone while she's saying it. And it wasn't like a sly little, oh, look, a little wink. No. It was multiple in a fashion. It looked like she had a facial tic directly into the camera, encouraging her simps and her following to go and do something about it. Well, they did. They did. They decided to go and mass report Gundam. They did. Ultimately, this backfired for her in the short term because it made him more popular, and people were like, wow, all he did was say that you didn't earn your following. And she didn't, in my opinion. It is the opinion of Magnum Martel that Pokimane did not earn her following. She's just another E-Thought who got lucky. I'll fucking say it. I don't give a shit. They went after his sponsors. They tried to get them to drop him. I don't know if they actually did or not. That is something that I have to check on. I haven't been able to reach out to Gundam. I've tried reaching out to him, but I haven't got a response from him. He's a busy man. I hope he gets back to me eventually, or at the very least that someone out there can find out whether he did lose his sponsors or not. I'm not saying he did or he didn't. I'm just saying that they went after his sponsors during the whole thing. Well, anyway, in the short term, it got him more viewership. In the short term, he grew in following, and that's good for him. It really is. In the long term, not so much, unfortunately. In the long term, he lost his Twitch channel. It was struck for targeted harassment. And we're going to get into another topic that I have planned about platforms punishing creators for off-platform behavior. That's for a different video. We will cross that bridge when we come to it. But either way, he inevitably lost his Twitch channel, and while he did gain more following, he still sort of lost out in the end. Meanwhile, Pokimane, the person who directly encouraged her fans to go and false report him and attack him for harassment, did not get punished at all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where I have a problem. Now, it was after this incident that this occurred to me. It was like a fucking freight train come out of nowhere, just BAM! Right in your fucking face. Nothing you could do to stop it. You didn't even see it was coming until you turned, and it was already there. It occurred to me that this rule about encouraging your fans to do things, like everything else on the internet and on YouTube in general and in life, is not fairly enforced. So I don't know if you paid any attention to it, but at the beginning of this video, I had that little disclaimer that I pop up in a lot of videos that I do like this. Has it ever occurred to anyone why I do that? Well, I'll tell you why. I do that because it is a small, if insignificant, layer of protection for me. As a creator, like I said at the beginning of my example, if my fan base goes and does something that I hinted at, I can be punished for it. Those disclaimers, and when I say don't go interact with these people or don't go talk to these people, just watch the video, share the video, and move on, I have to do that for my own protection. So let me give you a hypothetical here. Let's say Bob from Nebraska follows me, and I do a video on Alinity, talking about her getting away with blatantly breaking the Twitch terms of service again. Let's say that Bob, as my follower, after hearing me say that I wish Alinity would finally be punished for breaking the rules, just for once, hypothetically here, let's say that Bob decided to go mass report her and go harass her on Twitter. Let's say that Bob flew to fucking Canada and started chucking corn at Alinity in the street. I could get in trouble for that if I don't say, hey, don't go talk to, don't go interact, don't go deal with these people. I, as the creator, can be punished. And I understand that, as a creator, you have to at least somewhat be responsible for your community. I do. I think that as a creator who has a decent following, it is your job to say, hey, don't go harass these people. That's not cool. You know, there's only so much as a creator that you can do. I can't force Bob not to throw corn at Alinity. I can only say that I don't encourage it. That's all I can do. And that gives me a small layer of protection toward being punished for it, because anyone can look at that and go, well, he did say don't throw corn at Alinity. But Bob did it anyway. But if I don't say don't throw corn at Alinity, or I just offhandedly go, you know, I wish someone would throw corn at Alinity, that'd be funny to watch, and Bob does it, I can be punished. That's just how that works. And that comes down to my opinion on it. I understand if you as a creator directly encourage your following or your fan base or whoever to go and harass and attack another creator or someone or a person, I understand being punished for it. I do. That would be fair. You know, if you have a decent following and you encourage that following to go and attack somebody, basically cancel culture their ass, you should be punished for it. But it comes down to the rules for me, but not for thee. Where Pokimane can directly encourage her following to false report It's a Gundam's content, or my content, or anybody's content, and get away with it, if we did that, we would be punished and struck down on the spot. And she wasn't sly about it. I wish I could show you the clip, but I haven't been able to get my hands on it again. His video is still up. I've just left a link to his channel down in the description. I hope that you'll go actually watch this particular video on the subject, because the cutter is not working, so I can't take the clip, or I would just show it to you myself. But of course she didn't get punished for directly sending her fans to attack another creator. But if I did that, or if he did that, we would be. I don't think that's fair. I understand that as a creator, I should tell my fan base, hey, don't do this. I don't encourage it. Comparatively, but I also don't think it's fair to punish me if I don't do that. I should not be held responsible for everything my fan base does, is the point I'm trying to make. We as creators only have so much control. We influence these people with our words, and we can only say, hey, don't go attack them. We can't make them not do it. And we have to say, hey, don't go do this, because if we don't, then we'll get punished if they do, and it's not fair to us. I understand having to moderate your community. I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm not complaining that I have to tell my community not to do something. I'm complaining that if I don't say don't do it, I can still be punished. I'm complaining that she can say, hey, go do this for me, and they fucking do it, and nobody gets punished. That's not fair. It's not right. And these platforms like YouTube and Twitch, they will look for any reason to get rid of someone who says something negative about one of their golden children. That's just how these platforms work. You're the big money maker, or you're somebody that they personally have a vested interest in, they'll protect you. I get it. But it's also not fair that you can just break the fucking rules. But then anyone else who does, even if they don't, can still be punished for it. You know, my grandfather used to say to me, he'd say, boy, the world ain't fair. And you're going to always be punished for something that you didn't even fucking do. If Jim forgot to turn the lights off on Monday, and you weren't even at work that day, chances are you'll be punished for it. I was like 8 years old when he told me that. You know that? My great-grandfather was a wise man. And he was fucking right about everything he ever said to me. May he rest in peace. You know, these platforms drive me nuts because, on the one hand, it's great that people like me can get out there and throw their voice out and say things and change people's minds and convince people and influence people. It's great. But the problem with them is that it's often the worst people that do it. You know? I've noticed that with these platforms that the worst people are always the ones at the top. Not the good ones. Not the best ones. Not the ones who care. Not the ones who would do things differently. No, it's always the douchebags. It's always the Alinities, the Pokimanes, the Jake and Logan Pauls of the platform that are at the top. The worst people. While the rest of us are stuck busting our ass for nothing. We have to tiptoe on glass to not get punished. But these other people who are at the top can basically do whatever the fuck they want. And only be punished for it if there's a huge outcry. And even then, they only get a small punishment to make people shut up. And it's ridiculous. I, as a creator, should not be held responsible for what my community does if I don't encourage them to do it. If I didn't tell Bob to chuck corn at Alinity's head, I shouldn't be punished when he goes and does it. But Pokimane can send her followers to attack another creator, and nothing comes of it. Nothing that is good bad for her anyway. And it's fucking ridiculous. Thanks for watching, everybody. My name is Magnum Martel. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next episode. And hey, if you like the background footage on this video, feel free to go check out my other channel, Black Air Productions. Over there, I upload all of the various background footage pieces that you can see throughout my various rants and discussionary topics here on my main channel. I also do some skits with my friends and some basic little passion projects. It's more of a side channel than everything, but over there, I did make all of the background footage publicly available for anyone to use. I just ask that I please be credited. And while you're at it, why don't you check out my Twitch? It's there that I usually stream my episodes of Uncut, Uncensored, Unprotected, Let's Talk Gaming, and where I do various Let's Plays and other similar streams almost every day. My goal is to inevitably, hopefully, one day reach part